Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel today. I'm Kevin, and today we're back to our second World War topic. So, in the last topic, we already talked about Hitler Germany, how it looked like, what is like economic, then what is the armies look like, and how that the Nazi propaganda begin. Also, we talk and discuss about how that Hitler used his idea and about racist, about the Nazi ideas or the race to use in the educational system of the Germany children and the curriculum of it. But today we are going to come to the first main event or the first main list of events of the Second World War. Today we are going to talk about the wars that happened after 1930s, and the topic today is the road to war. So the 1930s, after that, the time that Hitler used to build up his Germany was a dark and difficult decade. As the world struggled for the Great Depression, Japan, Italy, and Germany, those who have recovered quickly and protect themselves better than others in the depressions, used all of the might to expand their territory from other nations. The League of Nations, the organizations that we have known in our the topic that we talked before, found to prevent the further war, but it was made to feeble protest, and of course, it failed. As we said, these organizations didn't have any armed force that is strong enough to fight against the Germany, Italy, or not Japan. So they just protest and didn't do nothing. Of course, they have some sanctions, but I'll tell them why they are not working. So the start of the war began when, on 1931, Japan invaded the Chinese region of Manchuria, hoping to expand her empire in Asia. The League of Nations protested, but of course, not success. And after that, on October 1935 and May 1936, Italy invaded Ethiopia from her nearby colonies of Eritrea and Somaliland. Barefooted tribesmen lose an 8-month battle against the Italian forces, those who used poisonous gas and bombers against them. The League of Nations one more time protests and imposed some sanctions, or on the other meaning the punishing, okay, the economy punishments. So, of course, these things are ineffective because at this time, the America, or you could say the USA, didn't join into the nation yet. So, the the sanctions are ineffective because simply they didn't hold any market in the countries of the dictators. And soon, these sanctions are lifted. Then, on March 1936, German troops marched into the Rhineland, the border region between Germany and France. And in the last topic, in the topic I've talked before about the fragile democracies, we already talked about the things that we call the Maginot Line. This is where that the first war of Germany and France appeared, and where France lost. And now, on March 1936, Germany once more time tried to attack the French, and of course, the success again. According to the terms of the Treaty of Versailles at the end of the First World War, this place was supposed to be free of military forces. But of course, when the Second World War started, the Versailles become, yeah, let's say meaningless. Then on July 1936 and 1939, the General Francisco Franco led a rebellion against Spain's left-wing government. Italy and Germany sent arms and men to help him. And then in 1939, Franco wins and Spain becomes a fascist state. The pumping of Spanish towns by German aircraft increased the desire for peace in France and Britain, and a desire for peace, which means that is a sign they cannot fight it. On October and November of 1936, on the other hand, Germany, Italy, and Japan discussed the formation of an anti-communist alliance known as the Rome-Berlin-Tokyo Axis, later known as the Axis powers. Then on 1937 and 1938, this is another timeline where Japanese forces seized the main ports of China just as they did in 1931, and the Japanese army committed atrocities in the city of Nanjing, a deliberate warning to China citizens not to resist, and also a warning message for its government. Then, on March 1938, German troops enter Austria and unite the country with Germany, known as the Anschluss. This had also been forbidden by the Versailles Treaty. But of course, when the Second World War started, Versailles became meaningless, and so they didn't have any effect on these dictators. Then, on August to September 1938, Hitler claims the Sudetenland, an area of Czechoslovakia where people speak German and should be part of Germany, of course. The British and French Prime Minister fly to Munich for crisis talk. The countries are ill prepared for war since the depressions were so bad and has made a major effect on these countries. There is also a feeling that Germany had been badly treated after the First World War and has grounds for complaint, and leading to the reason why that Hitler attacked and invaded the others so hard. This results in a policy of appeasement giving into German demands. The British and French allowed Germany to take over Sudetenland. Hitler declares that I have no more territorial demands to make in Europe, but it is a blatant lie. Then, on the years in the years of 1939, at March, German troops one more time seized another colonies, which is western of the Czechoslovakia, and occupied Prague. The British and French realized that the appeasement has failed, and then Hitler's next obvious target, Poland, is offered military help. The rapid rearmament, I mean, the rapid rearmament and conscription start to begin at this time. Then on summer, which is after June of 1939, Hitler prepares Germany for the invasion of Poland, and as well as that, Britain, France, and the Soviet Union have half-hearted discussion about an alliance against Germany so that they could protect themselves from the dictator named Hitler. Then on August of 1939, in a move which astonishes the world, sworn enemies Nazi Germany and Soviet Russia announced they have signed a non-aggression pact, promising not to attack each other. A secret clause divides Poland between them. In Germany, military commanders are worried that Hitler is set to take a disastrous gamble and commit their country to a war that it cannot win. Hitler reassures them that after the conquest of Poland, Britain and France would be anxious to make peace with Germany, and this way they are feeling fine to create a, let's say, a short-term alliance with the Soviet Union. And so that even when the okay, even when the place that they take, which is the okay, which is Poland, being split into half, all right, and even when that the power, the military power of Germany will have to take care of more and more place that is captured, and on the other hand, trying to make sure that the Soviet Union didn't attack them, let's say, surprisingly. And despite that, it's still an alliance. And that alliance meaning that the world will hear the announcement that Soviet Union and Germany will never attack each other, at least as long as the arrangements are working. And because of that, the Britain and France will going to be anxious to make peace with the Germany because they know there's no chance, there's no choice. They can only fight. And if they make peace, that means they will have to give all of their territory. So, in other way, they fight to the death, or they're going to make a peace and become a colonist of the Germany. Alright? So, this is the list of the events that happened in the years of 1930s. The road to war, the war that expand Germany, Italy, and Japan territory into a massive amount. And that is also the start of the Second World War, the official start, the official start, sorry. So that's all I want to talk to you guys today about the Road War event of Second World War. And now I think it's time for us to say goodbye then. See ya!